Hey guys, thank you so much for watching this video. Please give us a call if you guys are looking to improve your credit score, lower your car payment, buy a car, trade in a car. If you're looking to purchase your first home, if you're looking to purchase a rental property, we can help you. Give us a call today, 877-205-7771. Talk to you guys soon, and thanks again. Hello everyone, this is Calvin Russell, CEO and founder of 850 Club Credit Consultation. Hope everyone's doing well. Let's skip all of that, right? We got to go straight to something that is absolutely major, okay? So, where do I begin? The title is what it is, right? First off, let's go ahead and back this up, get everyone up to speed. The Trump administration is putting some things together to help more Americans buy homes, okay? Home ownership plays a major role in the economy, as we know, like 2008 and what happened when people started losing homes. So the Trump administration signed a few bills and things of that sort throughout the beginning of the year, actually in May. And the goal was to have an updated credit algorithm by the end of the year. Of course, FICO has been the #1 person forever, and in my personal opinion, it should be, in which I'll get to a little bit later. But the reason that it is, of course, is because they categorize the scores. As we know, you have 28, technically 29, but 28 credit scores with FICO, and that's because they're in different categories, in 3 different categories. So technically, I guess 27, but the 28th, we'll get to that shortly because that's a part of this story. And of those categories, of course, is your mortgage score. Now, that's what they've been using for years, right? The problem is that there is about 26 million Americans that do not have a credit score, okay? Of those 26, about 19 million of them do not qualify for a home. There are some lenders that will take whatever history you have without a score. And you're probably like, this is probably random, right? It's rare. No, because for those who don't know, because I'm assuming many of you have credit scores, but there's a lot of people that don't have credit scores because it takes 6 months to for the algorithm to create a score, right? That's with FICO, all right? So, but again, we've been doing this since the 80s, so people know because that's when FICO came out with the FICO score. So we've been doing this for a very long time. It's nothing new, right? Well, wrong. Because those 19 million people cannot purchase a home because FICO will not generate a score if it's less than 6 months, which is really not that big of a deal, honestly. Not, I mean, by the time that someone says, "Hey, I want to buy a home," I mean, let's be honest. I mean, it takes the process itself to get the pre-approval, the income, things of that sort. Unless they're not from the country or whatever, then I mean, it's really not that big of a deal. I'm not saying that people from different countries are not that big of a deal. But the problem is that most people that are looking for a home, they have credit scores. That's the point that I'm making. But to the Trump administration, they feel that they want something updated. So if you don't know, the FICO 9 came out not too long ago. Actually, I think 2014, 2015, somewhere in that time frame. So but they officially released it long time ago. But of course, the housing administration, which is Freddie Mac and Fannie Mae, right? All the whole Freddie Macs and all this other stuff. We're not going to talk about Sally Mae. We can run her over, right? So the problem is that with the FICO 9, lenders have not been using that. They've still been using the mortgage score, right? They've been using that for years. Now, the problem is the Trump administration says, okay, there's nothing wrong with using the FICO 9 to replace the old mortgage scoring process, right? The problem is that it still does not solve the biggest issue. The 19 million people that don't have a credit score, that have income, but they can't buy a home because they don't have a credit score, right? And first off, I'm like, it's that many people, but those are the numbers. Let's move forward. So FICO came out with something called the FICO XD. All right. If you guys have been watching me for quite some time, I didn't do a video on it per se because they keep changing what's going to be a part of the XD. Keyword was going to be a part of it. They haven't come out with it. It's been the next big thing for quite some time if you're in the credit industry. But a lot of people are not in the credit industry. They just simply write letters. Not us. So, but with the FICO XD, they were going to take into account other non-traditional lines of trade. For example, utility bills, they were going to add that to your credit report. So your cell phone bill, your cable bill, your internet bill, they were going to add that to your credit report. That is major. That's why we're starting to see companies start popping up with rental history, self-lenders, stuff like that, right? So the problem is, again, is that those companies all spark from the FICO XD idea that we need other ways to help people, generate some type of credit score, right? But the FICO XD is not done either. So Trump administration says, well, what do we have? What is something that we can put together or partner with or kind of force possibly by the end of the year? We don't know yet, but that's what the articles are saying. You know how articles are. But they are taking a very strong, hard look at, of course, the Credit Karma algorithm. And again, Credit Karma is not the only one that uses the VantageScore algorithm. They're just one of the most popular. Of course, they're advertising and things of that sort. Here's the problem with VantageScores. Number one, you can get them for free. So if you know anything about credit scores, if they have it attached to a mortgage, you better believe you got to start paying for it. Again, because that means lenders they won't be charging you guys, credit application fees, and that is revenue for them. So they're going to have to start trying to figure something out that's going to work for everybody. It's too many changes that would have to be honest. I don't think it's going to happen, but at the same time, I think it's major news if they do this, because again, that's a completely different algorithm that a lot of people don't study. A lot of people say things like, well, Credit Karma is not a real score. If Credit Karma is a fake score and all the rest of this stuff, listen, they are strongly considering this. But one of the biggest reasons why is because it doesn't take long to generate a score with VantageScore. It takes about 2 or 3 months to actually generate a score with VantageScore. So, but I mean, the difference between another 3 months to get a score of FICO, is it really that big of a deal? Well, again, they already got the algorithm already ready. So it's just, again, and you know how Donald Trump has been lately. If he says, hey, listen, something's going to happen, he wants to make sure that things happen a certain way. So now that kind of puts FICO under pressure, because now they've been given an extension to 2020. So now, of course, the housing administration, I don't see them really forcing this, going too far into it. But it is most definitely one of the biggest topics that a lot of people are not talking about. And you're talking about changing the way that that the housing industry, that lenders will take a look at your credit scores. Now, the way that it is right now, think about it. And you may not know, but with FICO, you have an auto loan score, personal loan score, credit card score, overall score, and of course, what we're talking about today, the mortgage score, right? So that means that if you're late on your student loan or you're late on your, auto loan payment, right? Student loan is going to fall into the personal loan category, okay? Then, of course, you have the auto loan that's going to fall into the auto loan category. So will that affect will it affect all of your scores? Absolutely. But your mortgage was not late, or that those factors may not have factored into the actual mortgage score. Again, affected, but not as much as, being late on a car payment is most definitely going to affect your auto loan score. Okay, you guys get where I'm going. So now, because of that, they feel that a person, and then you have the vice versa. Like in 2008, when people lost their homes, that doesn't mean that they shouldn't be able to get a car, right? So the problem is that now with Vantage scores, they don't have all these scores. Some people are confused about it. I mean, I get that some people are confused, but they're not teaching you this stuff because they don't want to teach you. But now Vantage is going to make things easier, but easier for who? Okay? And again, now you have that one score, but Vantage score, especially the 4.0 version, is not the best. If you guys have probably noticed, I don't know if you look at your Credit Karma scores, but if you have, there's 3 different types of credit card balances with Vantage 4.0. You have 0, you have some balance, and you got a high balance. If you have a high balance, like FICO, your score is going to drop. If you have a balance, where it's around 30%, 20%, 10%, whatever, then of course that's where your score is going to be, unfortunately, at one of its highest points. Then you probably will count, what if you're not using your card at all? Isn't that good? Well, with FICO it's good, but with VantageScore, they don't look at that as being good. They want you to use your credit. They're forcing you to use your credit. And unfortunately, a lot of people don't know how to do that, so they'll end up building unnecessary debt, right? So, but again, I don't think it's the best move, but I just want to keep you guys in the loop because this is major. And again, you probably have a comment, I'm not in the market for a home. Well, you don't have to be in the market for a home because once, again, the mortgages do that, It's just a matter of time before the auto lenders come and then the personal loan lenders come. Because again, the housing market controls the economy. That's going to play a major role. Everyone needs somewhere to stay. Everybody don't need a credit card. Everybody don't need a new car. But you got to have somewhere to stay, right? So either way, if you guys like this video, like it. You want to share it. And as always, be sure to subscribe, as I have nothing but phenomenal content on the way. Stay tuned, guys. Have a good one.